I'll be on TV. My life trading spaces, and I'm praying to a God, cause I don't know how he does them cases. All my niggas just be ballin', so I trademark the laces. Birdie by the cases, I can only show her greatness. She sweet like when you taste it, I get Marcus used to naked. Hey, hey. My niggas had to make it. Drew said that we gon' make it. She said, who the fuck is that? I said, sexual limitations. I don't know Nathaniel. A nigga can't tell me Nathan. I'm leaving out the portal. Scan my QR at the station.
Nice to have you on the show.
Yeah. What up, Bo?
Can you state your name and how people may recognize you?
So, I'm Big Smoke. Brandon Simmons, a.k.a. Big Smoke again. A lot of people know me from singing, always acting up, man. Dope personality. All around cool dude, man. Community activist, XYZ, man. Whatever I can do, I get it. In every way. So, that's what it is.
Tell me a little bit about who you was growing up in the community.
Bad kid. I'm talking about extra bad. Wasn't even supposed to make it to see 18, man. Always wilding and joint, man. But you know, I've learned manners take you like far. So as I got older, man, I just developed a mantra, man. Like, hey, look, man, if I can get through it, man, you know, everything will work out perfect. So that's what it is.
You say you were a bad kid. When did things start to change? Like, did you ever start to get on the good path? What happened?
Most def. Playing sports in high school and whatnot, playing baseball and whatnot, and being in FBLA, it actually gave me like a sense of pride and whatnot. So it made me put a lot of those childish things aside. And matter of fact, I was a father at the age of 19. So in being that, man, I had to set an example, man. I had to be a true father to my daughter. You know, I was help raising my nieces. I had like I was helping raising them because, you know, some situations that happened. So, I mean, I just had to become that father figure. When I had my own kid, it just heightened everything, man. So it just showed me that hey, I got a huge sense of responsibility to make things happen now. So that's really what it is.
So a part of your maturation process was the responsibilities being placed on you, and how you dealt with those responsibilities. That's kind of what helped you transition into a good man, quote unquote.
Yeah, for sure. You know, like I had some immature ways. You know, always want to run around, and I mean, granted, I was young. You know, always going out to the clubs and whatnot. It actually took a turn one time. My homeboy got killed at the club and whatnot, man. You know, I started kind of pushing that aside a little bit. You know, I still go out to bars and whatnot, but the club scene, man, it just ain't my thing no more. So, you know, I just really kind of like relax myself, man, and try to invest my time and efforts in the community service. So.
Copy that. Who was your role model growing up?
Man, all of my uncles, man. Listen, I promise you, man, this one uncle, man, my Uncle Red, man, this cat, like, drove a Cadillac. Like, every time I saw him, he had a different Cadillac. And you know, like, of course, a lot of people be like, oh, he's a preacher. But he was like a down-to-earth preacher. You dig what I'm saying? So it was like, man, yo, I want to be like that dude when I grow up. But as I've grown older, it's like, man, like I'm really speaking to people in the manner that he did. I ain't no preacher or nothing, but I do sing a lot too. So I sing out and I sing in the church. So it's like a balance, you know what I'm saying? I ain't trying to be a preacher, but I mean, I sing to where I can bring people together and whatnot. So yeah, it was my uncles. And plus, all them boys was good with their hands, man. One was a carpenter, another one a handyman. My Uncle Charlie, God bless, man. Well, God bless all them boys, man. Them boys was trash talkers, man. So you know, I mean, like, you either had to grow, like, tough skin, or then you had to be a huge shit talker. And me, man, I talk it to whoever I can. But it's all in good fun, you know what I'm saying? Like, keep people laughing and all that good stuff, so, yeah. And of course, I talk with my hands just like they did. So, yeah.
What made you back then respect the older guys like your uncles and just the older guys in the community that kind of gave you a tough time, but you knew they were showing love? Like, what made you always keep that respect for them?
just seeing the way they acted towards people, you know. Granted, just like I said, man, this takes you a long way. And watching them and how they interacted with people, and people like highly respected them. I always wanted to have that kind of respect growing up, you know. I didn't really have my pops around like that. He was kind of around, but he was around on his terms, you know. I didn't have like a huge father figure. So my uncle stepped in and became that father figure. So in seeing that, it made me like want to be like them more, you know, just respectful and whatnot. So, and granted, here we are today, and I'm damn near like them, you know what I'm saying? So
okay, so did you grow up primarily in South Carolina, like born and raised?
oh yeah, for sure. Born and raised in South Cat. We used to go to New York a whole bunch when I was young, man. Used to stay in New York. 106 in Princeton, you know. Used to stand on the stoop, man, all the time, man. My Aunt Carol house, man. Jamaica, Queens, like the crazy joint is, like, when I was younger, we used to always be up there. When I say always be up there, we used to always be up there. Like summers, then they messed around and the ones from New York, they'll come here in September, then we'll go right back up there in October. I messed around and fell in love with the Boston Red Sox because the whole family, if you wasn't Braves fan, you were Yankees fan, and everybody up there in New York were Yankees fans. So me, and seeing the Boston with the B on the hat, hey, my name Brandon, so of course I'm gonna get the Boston hat. Everybody hated me and used to drag me when New York was winning, but soon as Boston started winning, I was on them. So you know, so it was like I'm born and raised here, but my heart is New York, man. Even though I hate them Yankees, but, you know.
All right. So how did you feel about the Yankees losing the World Series?
I love it, man. Listen, let me tell you something. Like, I thought they was gonna win it. I can't even lie. I thought they was gonna win it. I was scared. I was like, dang, boy, because you know the whole family is Yankees fans, and it's like, man, if these dudes win, man, I got to hear this joint damn near forever. So, in a sense, I was kind of rooting for them, cause like, man, I didn't want to see Boone lose his job. But other than that, man, it was just like, man, I hope they lose. But I'm a low key cheer, because all of my uncles them, like they Yankees fans and stuff, and they was talking a whole bunch of trash, man. And I'm like, look, y'all boys ain't win since '09, so I ain't even worrying. When y'all win, I'll be like, all right, cool. But I got a bunch of them ready to wear them jerseys and giant. So.
Okay. Now, can you describe for us a little bit about politics locally? I want to transition into some serious matters.
Man, politics is something serious around here. I mean, we all know that the elections were last night and yesterday and whatnot, and it didn't swing in the favor of some, but it swung in the favor of others. Now, me personally, I would rather vote on like the local level, because granted, we have the solicitor that is getting back in office. Man, she don't keep like these offenders in jail for so long. You know what I'm saying? Like these fellas commit a crime. It could be the heinous of crimes, and she'll like drop charges and let them boys right back out, man. So it's like, what kind of examples are you setting, man? When then you letting hardened criminals come out, and then they're like we're putting like people in place that ain't doing nothing for us. Granted, I'm not a straight ticket voter. I mean, I'm not just gonna vote for you because you Democrat. I mean, if your morals are in line with mine, I'm voting for you. You know, granted, you know, granted, we have a gentleman, Representative Joe Jefferson. I think he only comes out whenever, you know, we have things set in place. Like whenever somebody in the community passes, he'll come out with a quote unquote proclamation or affidavit or something. Like he always comes out with that, and I'm like, man, this is the only time we see you. The only time we see you is election time. Now, granted, we had the new concerned citizens of Eadytown, and we had MSNBC come out before this was like before the last election. Was it the last election? No, when Trump first was going up for election, and whatnot. And we had MSNBC to come out. Myself, as well as it was Benny Starr people, black under Black Voters Matter. They came through and whatnot. They showed love. They was like, hey man, we like what you're doing in the community. We want to feature you and whatnot. But I couldn't get off work. And we had MSNBC to come through. They rolled through Eadytown, still got the link up and whatnot. And they was like, well, why don't House representatives and senators and whatnot care about the rural voting in the rural communities until it's time to get them reelected in office? And granted, the thing is, they don't care. All they care about is the bodies and whatnot. I mean, they ain't coming through, man. They don't care nothing about Eadytown. Hell, the ditch is still piling up and whatnot. Granted, and they never, like, they really don't care about us. They don't care about anything. Granted, I live in Monk's Corner. I mean, but my heart is still Eadytown, and I still try to put things in place. But it's a hard task dealing with people who don't want change. It's really a hard task. I mean, granted, we've had a whole lot of people in the community that have passed on that were like a prominent figure in the community group. But I mean, it's a tough task when then you don't have the able bodies like yourself. So when then you don't have that, man, it's very hard to get it off the ground.
Yeah, I definitely understand what you're saying, and I do take accountability because I've been meaning to get to the new citizens of Eadytown meetings, and for some reason I've missed them. Could you describe to someone like me, maybe a few others out there, what we can get accomplished by assembling and meeting together and discussing ideas?
So the thing is, at the present moment, we know that there are a lot of economic developments coming into rural areas. I mean, if you look at how Monk's Corner used to be, Monk's Corner is now turning into a very much developed city. They're not really, they are a town at the moment, but pretty soon they're going to be a city. And they're coming down the line. They're coming down. Look at Hughie. Hughie is bigging up right now. Excuse me, and they're coming down the pipeline. So when you look at it, it's like pretty soon they're moving to St. Stephen. And once they move to St. Stephen, they just gonna keep trickling down the line. They got people moving from like up north and coming here. And once they move from up north and come here, they're let me see, how can I say it? So the income would be greater. So like granted, the median income right now in the rural community is probably about $46,000. But once those retirees move from New York here, it actually go up to $97,000. So once it jumps to that, guess what? More people is going to start coming because they're like, hey, people are here who has the money and whatnot. So it attracts those economic developers to come around and build houses and build quote unquote apartment complexes. That's why you see a whole bunch of apartment complexes going up in Monk's Corner, because
I seen some in Pringletown.
That's right, because that median income is starting to rise, starting
to hit the threshold that the developers need to see.
That's right,
and then they just jump on it like a Charlotte or Atlanta. That's just right, ready to build,
just like that. That's exactly what it's like. And the crazy thing is, so when I say I wanted to economically develop Eadytown, back in the days, it was like Eadytown was a thriving place. We had stores damn near on every corner. Now there's only one store in Eadytown. One store that everybody has to go to. Shoot, Mike Campbell had a store right down there. He had Thornhills. Well, he had Thornhills. And then you had Lee's Grocery. You had Mr. Hills. You had Turner's Grocery. You had Quarterbum. And all of the fish camps were thriving at one point. But now when you look at it, it's like nothing is thriving. There's nothing thriving because everybody has either died off or people just decide to do their own thing. Because I mean, granted, everybody used to eat around here. But I mean, everybody used to eat, and now it's like you got people moving away. Nobody's really willing to invest back into the community. Nobody.
I was gonna ask that. because you do have a large part of the population who moves to the surrounding areas seeking a better opportunity, or might just be seeking DoorDash.
Yeah.
Delivery food, you know?
For sure.
Yeah, like you living high off the hog amongst corner. You're getting stuff delivered, ain't you?
No, definitely not. That is the laziest thing ever. And I can't stand other people touching my food, man.
Okay.
I touch my own food, man.
But what would need to be in place to attract the person who grew up in Cross, St. Stephen, Eadytown, Pineville to stay when they reach middle age and they see their counterparts, their peers, swimming in underground underground pools and in apartment complexes? Like, what would make you stay here in the mud? You know, not to say that you wouldn't, but just what.
Number one, we all know that technology is huge. And at this present moment, the technological resources aren't in Eadytown. They're not in Eadytown. Shoot, granted, I mean, you got fiber optic wiring ran through the streets in Monk's Corner and coming down to St. Stephen and trickling on down. Hell, even in Cross is starting to get quote unquote like the fiber optic cables. But when you come to Eadytown, man, it's like you still got TDS Telecom. You know what I'm saying? And I mean, it's not really ran right. All dang, like some people getting it through like Dish and whatnot. Man, like just as soon as it rains, man, your internet is gone.
Yeah.
So it's like do I really want HughesNet, or do I want to go somewhere I can get Xfinity?
Well, we got home now. Like, this house got home.
A word?
Yeah, it just recently. I'm talking about last year or two.
And that's crazy because, granted, like on 45, shoot, they been had home telecom.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because shoot, my Uncle Charlie, he been had that a long time. And I mean, granted, TDS, everybody got TDS. And it's like, man, TDS wasn't doing nothing, man. It's like damn AOL, like America Online. Just dial up. And then ain't nothing happening, man. Shoot, and man, imagine trying to put in a Facebook status, and then next thing you know, your joint just go blank. Man, that ain't benefiting nobody. So people want what they want right then at the moment. So high speed internet for streaming services and whatnot, like I think that would be very, very good. I mean, it is good to a point, but it's like the swiftest wind, man. It just knocks everything out. That's why people aren't really attracted to come back home.
Well, since I've been living home, my biggest gripe with living in the area is, man, I don't want to travel to go to the grocery store like that.
I did.
Even going to IGA in Utahville about 20 minutes, 15 minutes. I ain't even,
So when I was in high school and whatnot, they had the Piggly Wiggly, right? So Piggly Wiggly came through. They put the Piggly Wiggly in Cross. It was thriving and whatnot. Until people start doing dirty stuff, people stealing and all that good stuff. That's why the store didn't last. You know what I'm saying? And like now, you dang look and it's like, hey, we need a grocery store. Nobody want to open a grocery store. Well, why should I open a grocery store when I know the only thing you're going to do is steal from me?
But I'm sure there's a way to figure out how to secure the groceries. I mean, it's right at I steal from Monk's Corner the same way I steal from Cross. Yeah, I think
the thing
I'm
is,
from around the way and leave it here with some. No, I just play.
So the crazy journey is like, people back then didn't really know that you could insure all of the products that you get in the store. So like when you take a loss, it'll be a loss you could put towards insurance. It wouldn't be a loss on you per se. So that's why that place had to close down, because they was taking so many losses, but they didn't have it insured. Like shoot, if you lose $1,000 worth of meat, like hey, don't worry about that. I'll get that back. But they were losing so much. It was like, dang, I'm losing $1,000 worth of meats. I'm losing $3,000 worth of canned goods. I'm losing this. I'm losing produce. I'm losing all that. And then the people who owned it were just like, I'm just go ahead and pull out, man, because there's just too many losses that are bounding up on me. So, I mean, granted, I don't blame them, but I feel as though like Dollar General and Dollar Tree, Family Dollar. They will open up in your neighborhood. They don't put anything in your neighborhood. They don't even hire the people that are living in that quote unquote community until they start making a profit. Once they make their profit and get to that profit margin, that threshold that they want to get to, then they'll start hiring. Because hell, we don't care how much of a loss we take now, you know. But until then, we're going to train our people. We have our people move from XYZ in bumfuck Egypt to come here, do our thing, and then once we get to where we need to get, we don't give a damn about the community. And they don't invest in anything in the community. People like word, the high schools and whatnot, they should go to Dollar Tree. They should go to the Family Dollar and be like, hey, we need uniforms. What can you do? Because our people always come here to support y'all. They're buying everything out of these stores. What can you do for us? But it seemed like everybody just hushed mouth. They're scared. I ain't scared to beg for money. I'll come begging. Can I get something? Mm-hmm. What can you do for me? Mm-hmm. Granted, like to be honest, that's the same way with like funeral homes. Like shoot, okay, somebody died in the community. Everybody is vying to get that quote unquote body. Once you get that body, now what? Okay, somebody else died. It's like the same thing back and forth. What are you investing in the community? What have you put in the community? Have you sponsored anything in the community? Most likely no. No, but granted, we've given you all the business that we possibly can. And all you do is take without giving a dime back. So that's really what needs to happen to make a community thrive. These big corporations or whatnot moving in, they need to start investing. And people need to start staying on their ass to get them to invest. So, I mean, with me, it's like, that's why no grocery store is going to come around here. No grocery store is going to come because they know they can't really get anything out of it. When you look at Walmart will move somewhere and they'll keep taking, but eventually, if you go and ask them, they'll invest. They'll give out little goodie bags and whatnot just to keep you coming to Walmart. That's how they do. They can afford to take a loss. These other places, they can afford to take a loss too, but nobody goes to them and asks them for anything. So with that being said, you just got to do better in asking.
Okay. Do you want to take a break right here? Just
whatever, man. Whatever.
We take a little 5 minutes just to.
Cool. Yeah.
That's fire though.
Yeah.
That's fire. Stop on
there. Now I got them searching for that next thing. A silver spoon I wasn't born with. The lights was out, I couldn't be on no making song shit. Internet in Eadytown, how they gon' stream me? They didn't from the movies, here how they gon' see me? They used to tax me, bitch. They used to tax me, bitch. They used to tax me, bitch. They still tax me, bitch.
After that, I ain't gonna lie, man. I went through my little slut phase. I was just banging anything I could possibly get. Man, I ain't had feel good, man. I was just running through it, man. I used to be at a state just knocking them down. Posey style, man. You hear me? Killing it 3 at a time. I'm just weighing these girls out. And then I'm like, dang, bo.